So we got a big lesson today. Only thing y'all cooking today is I want you guys to put some sweet potato fries in the oven and some cookies in the oven. So one of you guys can be in charge of that.
That's healthy.
I still need somebody. Well, we're gonna talk about that. That's a good question. We're gonna talk about the health benefits of that. So come on in, have a seat and gather around me.
Can we watch our hair?
Yes, please.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, YouTube channel name.
We don't have it yet.
Okay, we gotta start over. Hold on. In action. Hey y'all, we back with another YouTube video.
Let me get here with them. Go ahead.
So today we are in cooking class today, part two.
The class is called Eat This Not That.
Eat this, not that.
Where we're learning healthier options for foods that we like. I am dietitian Bridgett Wilder, and I'm with these beautiful students from the Silver Spring Neighborhood Center. I love teaching them how eating healthy influences their health for better if they make the right choices, because I want them to live long and to teach their children one day to eat right. Is that right?
Yes.
Can we shout out Carmen? Can we all go to Carmen?
Shout out to Carmen. Northwest, period.
Okay, so let's get started. Do you guys like French fries?
Yeah.
Today I chose sweet potatoes because sweet potatoes have more nutrients in it than white potatoes. Who tried sweet potatoes before? You did? Did you like them? Okay, so one thing I want you to do is take some olive oil and just drizzle them on there and then put them in the oven. So anything that's white, like white bread, white potatoes, white rice, the nutritional value is not as high as it is in sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes have more vitamins, it has more nutrients to help your body sustain health. So somebody take these, you can put the cookies in the oven behind you. I won't tell you the secret of these cookies yet. We're gonna talk about that after it's done. Okay, so now let's talk about what's at the table. So yesterday, when I talked to you guys about sugar, what do you remember?
Sugar can turn to fat.
And then what happens?
It can increase obesity
Mm-hmm.
and sickness and diseases.
Exactly. It increases the likelihood of you developing diabetes if you don't eat the right types of foods. So it's very important that you know what is in your foods. And the way to identify what's in your food is by reading a nutrition label that's usually on the back of the packages of the foods that you eat, okay? So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. But I'm highlighting sugar today. I want you to see the difference in how much sugar is in certain beverages. That way you will know which ones to purchase. Come over here and tell me which one of these beverages do you think is the most healthy?
I ain't gonna lie. A bottle looks is organic.
Hold on. Okay.
It's definitely this one.
It's this one.
But these are all natural though.
It got vitamin C and it's no sugar added. It's just juice in here.
Just juice, right? Okay, but what is juice? What's in juice? Do you remember?
But there's no sugar added.
Right, but fruit still has sugar in it. Now, you would be right to say that it's healthy because it is fruit. But what happens when we have too much of it is we still get too much sugar. So in this bottle of juice, it has 68 teaspoons of sugar in it. For girls or women, it's only recommended to have 6 teaspoons of sugar a day. And for men or boys, it's 9 teaspoons a day. So if you drank this whole bottle, which some people do, like juicy juice and stuff like that, make slushies out of it, you're getting 68 teaspoons of sugar. So if you get all of this in your body, it increases what we talked about when it comes to increasing your risk to disease. And in our community, what are the things that we talked about that occurs? Name off some diseases that happens when we don't put the right types of foods in our body.
Cancer.
Okay.
High blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Heart disease.
Heart disease. Okay. What body parts are affected when you are obese?
Pancreas.
Yep, and when the pancreas is not functioning appropriately, what happens is our pancreas can't produce enough insulin. So sometimes some people have to take insulin shots. But one of the things that we can help with reducing the risk of diabetes is eating more vegetables and lean protein, fruit, but watching how much we eat. What is another organ that is affected? The heart. Mm-hmm. And then what? The joints. Okay, you come back over. Thank you. Okay, so now that we know 68 teaspoons of sugar is in grape juice, how you minimize that is this bottle has 8 servings in it, right? That means 8 people should be able to get 1 cup of juice. That way you break down the amount of sugar that you get. Or another way that you can do that is putting water and juice together to cut down on the sugar intake, okay? And also, who drinks soda?
Me.
All of us.
Me.
Not that though. Not me.
Soda has such a negative impact on your body. It negatively affects your kidneys, It can also increase your risk to disease because of the sugar. Also, the additives that are in it can increase risk to cancer. If you get like a diet soda or something like that, people think that that's a healthier version, but because of the sugar substitutes, like something called aspartame, just because something says diet on it, that does not mean it's healthy.
Okay, what's this sugar for?
This sugar is just showing you how much sugar is in certain beverages. Like I told you, grape juice has 68 teaspoons of sugar. This light beverage has 11 teaspoons of sugar, and this soda has 38 teaspoons of sugar.
Mountain Dew, guys.
Yeah. So how we find out how much sugar is there now? How many servings is in there? 3.5. So what I would do is I would multiply 46 times 3.5, which would mean this whole bottle has 161 carbohydrates, but I divide it by 4.2 to see how many teaspoons of sugar is in there. So it has 38 teaspoons of sugar in that soda.
The juice have more sugar than the soda.
Absolutely. But still, what matters is portion control. If we look at what's in it, technically the juice would be healthier because it's fruit. But what throws us off is how much we take in. So it would be a better option as long as you follow the serving size. But the best option is eating the fruit in this whole state. Now, I want each one of you to taste one of those purple grapes and tell me what you think. Those are called moon drops.
Really good.
They good, they sweet. And one of the reasons why I wanted you to try those grapes is because you get the same sweetness, even better than you would get out of fruit snacks without having all of that unhealthy sugar, whereas this is just fruits. Instead of drinking the grape juice, what you would do is get a serving size of grapes, which is about 17 grapes. But it takes so many of those grapes to make that bottle, enough to like maybe cover up this table, which means you will be getting a lot of sugar. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the options that I brought in for you to try. I brought in some zero sugar fruit punch, right? This is something that you should have in moderation. Some of the sugar substitutes that are in beverages that say no sugar, still be careful with how many servings that you have. The best option out of all of these is which one? Out of everything on the table, which is the best option? Absolutely. Yes, water helps you with everything with your body, your hair, your skin, your organs. It helps with just keeping things clean, and it helps you to eliminate waste. So you can't go wrong with drinking water. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. So if I took you to the grocery store and I had you pick out a healthy option, which would you pick? You pick this one, why?
It look healthy.
Because it look healthier? Okay, so now I'm gonna let you guys take a look at the nutrition label. Based on what I taught you, tell me which one is healthier. How many calories is in this one?
170 and it's 230 now.
How many carbohydrates is in that one?
13.
Total carbohydrates? It is
13.
36. 36, that's a percentage, that's okay. This is the number that you wanna look at. How much sodium is in those cookies?
125.
How much is in that one?
220.
Okay, the reason why I wanted to teach you, neither one of these are healthy, but I don't want you to be tricked by marketing, because it's a lot of things that's on the market that appears to be healthy, and it's giving people a false perception of what healthy is. A lot of people are trying stuff like plant-based stuff, but don't understand that there's so much sodium and stuff that just contaminates your body. The healthiest foods are those that are as close as possible to that food in its natural state. Eating fresh fruits and vegetables. Those are the healthiest options. But if you have to have options when you go to the grocery store and stuff like that, read the food label and just start watching for marketing. Don't get caught up in thinking, like another example is spinach wraps. All they did was take some powder from a spinach and put it in a regular tortilla shell. Even though it has a healthy name on it, does not mean it's healthy. Which one of these do you think is healthier? Okay, so how much sodium is in this one?
105.
And how much is that one?
320.
Okay, so which one is the better option based on sodium?
Oh, this?
Right, why? Because it has less salt. So let me show you another option. Who likes cheese and crackers? Me. Who tends to eat these? I do. You do? The problem with this one is it has processed cheese. You know how people make that Velveeta cheese or the cheese that's wrapped in plastic? One of the things that I want you to be careful about is choosing things that have so much processing in it. Who likes string cheese? Okay. Instead of you having this type, you can just get the serving size of crackers and some string cheese versus having this. You get more, because you got a whole string of cheese, and then you can eat 5 crackers in your serving size. So you actually gonna get fuller off of this snack. All right, so these two, which one?
Oatmeal.
Yep, oatmeal.
We got a lot of sugar.
What else is going on there?
Oatmeal is good to eat for basketball games.
Yeah, and one thing I talked to you about yesterday is when you playing sports, having foods that add quality to your body helps you with your endurance.
We got some ice cream.
Listen, these are juice-based options for popsicle. So instead of getting the ones that are extremely high in sugar, whenever you create picking a food choice, always read what's on the label. This one, of course, is healthier because of what's in it. And I'm not saying you never can have things like this, but you definitely don't want to eat it often because it can deteriorate your health over time. Sickness actually can build up in your body while you're young. But once you start seeing the symptoms of it, that means that disease has gotten bad. It's progressed. So while you're young, eating healthy is very important in leading you to where you should be as an adult. Now, finally, I need someone to take a couple of the healthier options of beverages that I brought and create a drink out of it and then pass it out. Like make a mix, make a cocktail out of it. You see what they did? They saw that the ones that have the highest sugar, they actually use less of it because they consider the ones that have 0 sugar to be the most important. You can start tasting the fruit, start tasting the French fries, start tasting the cookies.
I mean, in the cotton candy grape.
These grapes, these are for you all to enjoy.
Real good. Tonight,
Tell me one thing you learned today based off what I said.
You should look at what before you buy it, look at what it is, how much nutrients they have, how does that benefit you, and
okay, let me talk. I learned today that don't let the labels fool you. You need to read how many sodium and sugar is in it because you never know. The bad stuff, the good stuff may be better than the bad stuff.
Okay, so do y'all like those cookies? All right. Those taste like regular chocolate chips, right? Let's talk about what's in it. Those are vegan cookies. Being vegan means it doesn't have any dairy in it. It doesn't even have regular sugar in it. Those have stevia. Stevia comes from a plant. It's a natural sugar substitute.
They are delicious. 10 out of 10.
Okay, so today, guys, did you enjoy the class?
Yes.
And what was this class called?
It is not that.
And what was the purpose of that?
Read your label before you buy food.
Because it will trick you. Yes.
What would trick you?
The packaging.
Yes.
If it says healthy,
right
read
here.
the sodium.
false
This
advertising.
right here, it tricked us. Because this is healthier than this. Yeah.
Actually, both of those are not healthy, but the point of teaching them was to help them understand what can occur with marketing.
So at this point, just drink water for the rest of your life.
You guys did awesome today. Bye. Okay.